All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. We're going to be getting started at the top of the hour here. We'll just, this is like the pre-show, the green room, hanging out, making sure everything's going good and streaming fine before we commit, get going. Last chance to take a quick drag on a puffable, sip of coffee. Try to ease into this, right? There's going to be a lot going on today. I'm really nervous because there's a lot of screens that I'm going to have to maneuver around with today. And anytime I'm messing with screens, there's always a chance that I forget to turn one off. So I'm real nervous about that. I always end up making some sort of mistake, and so I'm trying to not make any mistakes today. That's the goal, right? So, two things I've got done that I don't normally do, that I've got to get into the habit of doing. You know, I'm not helping myself by not promoting these things on social media and getting posts out on YouTube saying, hey, here's what I'm doing today. This interests you. And here's what I'm doing tomorrow. For example, yesterday's show was so chock full of fun and excitement. I have got to make some chapters for it. And I was just too dang tired yesterday. So I've got to make some chapters for yesterday, and today, hopefully it'll be kind of busy too, and I'll need to make some chapters. So some of the things we're going to be doing today is creating an entry in Bushtalk Radio, an audio tour. I've found out that the place we're starting doesn't have a point, and according to Google, there's a point to be made, so we're going to be doing that. And I've got the D&D Dice out, and that helps me add some spice to the live streams by rolling random failures. Things that can happen, potentially fail in the aircraft, as we're going to do a very simple job today. And also, if any role-playing, things pop up, the D&D Dice are handy for that. Anyways, so stick around. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Turkish. 2 minutes. Me get this out of the way now. If I'm not following you, why? How am I not following you? Please, if I am not following you, go into the chat room and just say hi. Or drop an emoji. Or if you're feeling particularly amazing today, use Super Chat and hit me up with a big old donation. It'd be awesome. And that will allow me to quickly click the 3 dots that appear next to your name, and I will immediately be able to go to your channel and hit subscribe for some instant gratification. So please say hi so I can get subscribed to you. I don't care if you've got any videos up or not yet, and I don't care what kind of videos you have got up. I'm a YouTube person, and I enjoy all kinds of amazing content, gaming content, science, history, politics. It doesn't matter. I enjoy everything. So I'll be more than happy to see what you are going to do. Also, if you are currently doing something like, hey, I'm doing a live stream after you, man, about 3 o'clock today, let us know about it in my chat room. If you're doing any, if you've got anything posted recently, any of your flight videos or whatever, feel free to let me and anybody else that comes in let us know about it in the chat room. I'm not using Discord today because I've got all this stuff that I want to get done, but I don't have any plans for tomorrow. And if you have any suggestions for tomorrow's show, that'd be fantastic. Where are we? All right, it is the top of the hour. Again, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kennyus the Skydude, that's just a screen name, right? And that's just a role-playing name. Okay. And today we're doing Idaho jobs, and I was getting things set up. The Bushtalk Radio, and the random failures, and the D&D Dice. And I was looking around for some, the points of interest that we're going to run into right when we get going here. And right off the bat, I noticed that there aren't too many. Let me get, now I can't find my own screen. Bushtalk, there we go. And I noticed that here where we're spawning, hey, now's not a good time to call. How do I message and turn this off? Now's not a good time to call. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Okay. So the nearest one is over here, and we've got Hagerman Fossil Beds National Monument. And I was trying to determine just by looking if we're still in Idaho. And so I looked up this area where we're at. Glens Falls, right? All right, Glenn's Ferry, my bad. So down here, where we're going to be taking our client today. Just a short little career job. It's called a first flight job, as you can see on the screen there. Flying local residents above Glenn's Ferry. I'm like, Glenn's Ferry, okay. So I typed into Google, Glenn's Ferry. Bum, 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 bum. And I found Glenn's Ferry was one of the most famous and treacherous river crossings on the Oregon Trail. Pioneers forded the Snake River at the Three Island Crossing until 1869, when Gustavus Gus ... And we're going to find out the rest in a minute. And I thought, well, that's a shame. Everybody knows the Oregon Trail, and it's, big meme about dying of dysentery on the Oregon Trail. And I thought, you know what? This place deserves a point of interest, and I'd like to know more about that. And so I want to walk quickly through making an audio tour. And then it usually takes about 24 hours for the computer and Bushtalk people to process it. And here on after, there will be a Glenn's Ferry point of interest in Bushtalk. So let me show you how to do that. If you just want to see me get to the flying, please stick around. If not, check back in, and I don't know how long this is going to take. 10 minutes? It shouldn't take long. I've done these before, and so I've just got to copy information out of Wikipedia and remove little things here and there, and it's rather painless. Anyway, down in the corner of Bushtalk Radio, you have a plus sign, and you can submit feedback or add a point of interest. And they said there was like 3 islands. Okay, so I'm taking these to be the 3 islands that they were talking about. Okay, so I'll grab my point of interest. You must be logged in. Okay. Are we good? Okay. Or these could be the 3. All right, we'll put it right between them. Let people figure that one out on their own. Oh, we need to put in... Okay. All right, well, let's figure this out. The name of the location is Glenn's Ferry. Is there an apostrophe? No? Glenn's Ferry. Pull the mule. It is a... This is history. No, history. Autoplay distance. A mile. Tight urban points of interest. Spacious rural. Okay, 2 miles. Cover photo. Do. Tell something interesting. Forget how they want if they want a WIKI photo. I don't think you upload one. Okay, also now to get coordinates, let's do that first then. So let me open a new tab in Bing Maps. All right. Maps. That's a lovely picture. Maybe we can use that one. Okay, so if I click right here and I right click, I can get the coordinates. All right, so I should have that now. So back to Bushtalk and paste. All right, cover photo. Unexpected server error. Please submit a bug report. No, no. Maybe I've input this incorrectly. Well, we're not getting any errors now. Choose a cover photo for this point of interest. Only Wikipedia images are supported at the moment. Okay. So... GLENNS FERRY Wiki. Wonder if I'm supposed to use that format. And there's no photo. Well, I mean, there is. Visual search. Huh. All right, we're going to skip that then. Recommended assets, none. Flight Sim 2 mod for this POI, no. Okay. So now we go back over to Wiki and we copy this. Alright, so let's copy that. Come back over here, paste that in there, and then we got to remove any of those little any tags that might show up. Ferry about 2 miles upstream, primarily to. What happened to the rest of it? Oh. GLENNS FERRY. Alright, so then we take out things like this. Like that number 5. Because the AI does not know what to do with things like that. So Gustavus Gus Glenn constructed a ferry about 2 miles upstream, primarily to expedite freight, but also for immigrants. His boat could hold 2 wagons, cut nearly 20 miles from the former route. In 1871, the city of GLENNS FERRY was established. Construction of the Oregon Short Line Railroad. Isn't that Monopoly? Short Line Railroad through the town in 1883 gave the city its first major employer. Okay, successfully created landmark GLENNS FERRY. Yeah, and again, it's going to take a while, usually 24 hours for it to process. But the pin showed up in the right spot. We got a little time thing down there. Audio will be available upon first visit.
Hagerman fossil beds now.
Okay. All right, so that's how you create a Bushtalk audio tour entry. Pretty painless, mostly. I wish we could have got a photo. Okay. Let me go ahead and take this job, and then we're going to roll to see if something's going to go wrong. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Remember to say hi in the chat room. If I'm not following you, please say hi so I can go right to your channel and hit subscribe. Ah, it's a Taildragger. It's the de Havilland. The Viking Air Limited, the de Havilland Canada company, the DHC2. I really love the plane, but the plane doesn't... Taildraggers don't love me at all. So there's a good chance that without me rolling for failures, that I'm not going to make the client happy trying to fly them in this thing. It's the first time I've actually seen them weigh the thing down. Wow. Oh. And are there any engine covering? No engine coverings. Pitot tube. It's out here. Got to keep this covered. The wind blows through this, and it drives a lot of information on your panel. So it's always a good idea to keep that thing covered, and you don't. Last thing you want is it getting clogged. All right, so we have nothing else. I mean, we can test other things, but we're in career mode. We haven't created a company yet, so it doesn't penalize us. But you can normally click on your flaps and click on your struts and make sure everything is in working order. In this case, it doesn't want me to. Let's see, Alt V. No, they don't want us mucking around with control surfaces today. What are you looking at, ma'am? It is a lovely view, isn't it? Having lovely weather today, just like in Colorado. Do you yearn to see some bison? I know I do. Yeah, it's probably a good idea that you stand by with me flying today. Cheers.
Gym farm ready. Well noted.
Bum 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 bum. Would you like to see your name in lights? Please subscribe. Okay. Now, something about this plane, at least for me, sometimes yes, sometimes no, is that when you turn it on, if you put the throttle to idle, it'll shut down the plane. You got to be really careful. Let me test that theory right now. We'll get it started. Let me put the throttle up a little bit. Come on, you. Yeah, pardon me. You can be as professional as you want about this in your electronic flight bag over here.
One of our friends and her father over Glenn's Ferry. Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Captain, you know the drill.
Oh, okay, so you can be as complex in the simulator as you want, and the electronic flight bag will help you do that. Plus, there's also an external one you can use. It's a website-driven one for even more advanced flight planning and information. Okay. Now, with regards to starting up an aircraft, you're like, well, you're cheesing it, man. You're just typing Control E to start the plane. Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to move things along, keep things speedy, and I'm not in training mode. But here's the plane. So if you actually wanted to see the checklists and you wanted the performance, you know, proper takeoff speeds, climbing, yada, 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 it's all there. Same with the checklists. If you were my co-pilot, I'd have you go through it and we could go through everything. But pre-flight, on entering aircraft before starting engine, normal engine startup, engine warm-up, engine ground test, taxiing, in flight, takeoff check, blah, 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 all the way back to landing, and then post-flight. So, yeah, I mean, we could go through every single one of these to do everything by the book, but we're not in training mode. But we can, and I have, and so, again, lots to try to get done in an hour. All right, let's see if this thing will stop. I'll be darned. I don't know how they have this one tuned up, but I've thrown it into idle and she's doing just fine.
Kilo Golf Lima November traffic kin Sierra Tango Whiskey 1-2 is taxiing to runway 26.
Now, the brakes on this thing are...
Thanks for taking us aboard.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
I'm thrilled to fly over Glenn's Ferry with you. This is where my dad and mom have been living like forever, so it's very special for us today.
Cool. So they already know the whole story about...
My name's Ryan. I'm Taylor's father. Thanks for taking me up today.
Yeah, so you guys already know the whole Glenn's Ferry story. I was going to say the brakes on this thing are they can be extreme. I'm not using foot pedals. I'm using one of the standard old Logitech Sidewinder joysticks, the 3D Extreme Pro, and so there's no pressure sensitivity on the brakes. They're either on or off, and by doing that, I can cause this thing to tip straight over. So see that just pushing on the brakes there. Let's get going again a little bit faster. When I hit the brakes, 3, 2, 1, you'll see the thing tip. 3, 2, 1. Right? And look at how slow we were going. So I've got to come in super slow on the landing and be super careful that, you know, we're doing that kind of speed before I hit the darn brakes, or we're going over. Poor Taylor and her dad, they're not going to give me a good, what do they call that? Just whatever, some sort of review on the website. YOLO, VOLO, yellow. Either way, they're going to say, that Skydude, he sucks. I said I was going to roll for potential problems that also... Let's make things more miserable. But it makes it fun. It adds some spice to it. So first thing I need is my Dungeons and Dragons dice. It's a free website. And I need my Random Failures. It's a free app. Okay. All right. So the way we do this is if we look at our Random Failures. Okay. Let me stop any failures that are playing. Let's look at the fail list. Show failures. Okay, so nothing's in play at the moment. The way this works, flight controls, gear, fuel, panel, engine, brake, and other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to roll an 8-sided dice. Get to my dice in a moment. All right, so we set this to an 8. We're not giving ourselves any pluses. On an 8, nothing will happen. Okay? An 8. So we got lucky. Nothing is going to happen. Let's say we rolled a 7. Okay? So I would go to break down here. Right? And there's 3. Something's already selected from yesterday. There are 3 options here. So I would get a D4. And on a 4, nothing happens. Let me roll. So a 3. So then I would go number 3. Right brake failure. Put a check in there. Then I grab a D100. And it would be 43% or 43. But here under the random failure app, it's possibility of 0 to 1,000%, not 100. So I would need to make this 430% chance of failure and apply and save. Okay, now the things that can trigger these failures. So under settings, instant failure, speed, minimum of 50 knots, maximum of 150 knots, altitude, minimum of 1,000 feet, max 5,000 feet, time, minimum 5 minutes to max 3,600 minutes. Limit number of failures, 99. Yeah, okay. So, save. Now, let me go back to my fail list and show failures. And quickly glance through these and make sure I don't have anything set from previous shows. You'll turn that off. We had a panel out at one point. And other. Okay. So, as you can see, like on this one, vacuum failure, static port blockage, pitot tube blockage, which we talked about coming in, the pitot tube, hydraulic failure, electrical failure. So these can get really bad. Engine failures, and then it's a matter of, can I get us down to the ground safely? This isn't just, I'm going to kill me and the client here. It's about when things happen, how do you react? Is it survivable? Okay, let's put these aside now and get going. And then once we satisfy our client, we'll deviate and go check out some of the other sites in this area. They didn't have anything closer to Boise. So this is as close as I could get. And hopefully doing some jobs here will open up more of Idaho for us. Oh, I forgot to announce the takeoff. Yeah, see what I mean? I will make enough mistakes by myself. No, nothing about Taildraggers. I hate not being able to see. And something else is going on.
But eager to see the landscape from above.
Mm-hmm.
The guys at the field said you're a super pilot, so we're in your hands now.
We can't really hear Taylor that good. I normally have all this stuff low in the background because of the audio tour stuff. But let me turn this up a bit so we can hear Taylor a little bit better. Okay, another thing that I wanted to tackle real quick is I'm not getting some of my views, so something's toggled weird with my controls. This won't take but 30 seconds to check. Do. We'll just use a Cessna one. Now let me see if I have my views back. External camera, standard camera. And can I move? I can move. Good. This is what I needed. My view's off. See, when I go to standard view, it puts me right in the middle and I can't see down the runway. Okay. If you overcorrect, which I have a tendency to do on takeoff, any slight adjustment, it can go very, very bad. So you've got to try to keep it as straight as possible. Because I have a joystick problem at the moment, I do have rudder assist on, which has helped keeping me straight.
See you soon, people. We're leaving the ground. See you soon, people.
Okay, we've incurred some other... Enter runway without an announcement. Okay. It's awfully green here. Make sure my flaps are all the way up.
You don't really feel dizzy from up here. Jennifer told me that before we get on board, and I was a bit skeptical, but it's true.
Relax, Taylor. You're gripping the seat so hard you're going to break your hand.
If you've ever visited or lived in Idaho, I'd like to know about it. What was it like? I've been there once. It was just a weekend trip for a job, and I was mostly downtown Boise, and I thought it was very nice.
Taylor, enjoying the view?
Jennifer, thanks for asking. We're having a blast up here.
Good. I'll leave it to you then. Enjoy the flight.
And it was very much just like this. Very wide open, but you've got these cool hills and little mountains around. And for stargazing, when we were there that weekend, we went out one night outside of town to some little ghost town. Or it used to be a ghost town or something.
Need to try that someday.
And the sky gazing was amazing. So we're headed right to the spot where we made that point of interest for Bushtalk. I want to say a big, big thank you to anybody who might be coming over from X. So it's been really weird trying to call it X when we've been calling it Twitter for years. But a big, big, big hello and thank you to anybody who might be coming over from there and checking in. Good to see you. Thank you. If I'm following you, I must be a fan.
Your mom and I used to
your mom.
remember, but those were great times.
Good old times.
All right, I better start slowing down a little bit. Usually when we get to the point where we do the job, we got to fly under a certain speed and remain at an elevation and do it just a big circle.
I'm usually more articulate, but wow.
Articulate. So there are the 3 little islands mentioned in the ferry crossing. That's so weird that this place, despite having 3 little islands you can move back and forth between, that this was still such a dangerous place to cross. It's crazy. It must be super, super fast. And then he said Gus, the guy Gus, went 20 miles up. Or, I don't know, making it here. I think I'm going to have to watch it or read it again. What? Han Solo. Just the idea that things were so dangerous back then. You could lose everything just trying to cross the darn river.
Never expected to see all this.
It's amazing. I recognize everything down there.
Okay, so here we are. So we need to be under 93 knots. And I'm going... Where is my speed? Hard for me to read. 80, 90, 80. We're in the 80s. Uh-oh, too slow. Don't want to hear that noise.
Really see much, even when zooming in to take a picture.
Why? I don't understand why. We're going slow enough. Maybe something's wrong with your eyes.
Last but not least, thanks for showing us that.
You betcha. All right, so that's literally it. That's how simple these flights are. But we can't just end there. Okay, so now we need to find the nearest point of interest, and I want to do at least a few of these today. So the nearest one is, we're headed. We keep going straight forward, we'll be headed right to it. And it's the Hagerman Fossil Beds National Monument right out in front of us somewhere. So let's go do that. And let's also go ahead and break out the D&D dice real quick and the random failures, and let's roll something, see if we get anything. See if we can make it. If we don't, Oops, wrong thing to click. Okay, D8. A 1. So, random failure. A 1 is our flight controls. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 things in here. Let's roll a D10. So on a 9 or a 10, nothing happens. Oh, no, let's not. Let's just roll a D8. That way something is going to happen. A 4. 2, 3, 4. Elevator trimmer stuck. Well, I don't have any trim input at the moment, but that could definitely cause a problem. Okay, so D100. 92% chance this could get stuck. So we need to make that 920. Apply it and save it. I noticed yesterday when I clicked save, it knocked it out. Let's go back to flight controls and make sure it stayed. Okay, good. Back to presets. I'm sorry, overview and start. Then we unpause for just a second. Yikes. Don't kill Taylor. And then we pause again real quick and see if anything is toggled. Fail list. Nope, it hasn't happened yet. Or it might not. Again, it might not happen. Even though we've set it to instant, it's rolling its own dice in the background to determine certain things. All right, so put that away, and let's head towards the fossil bed. Cats. Chat room. Nobody's there. Hello. When we get to the chat, when we get to the fossil beds, we do a little bit of role playing and see if we can find a cool dinosaur fossil. We'll roll for it. See if I can get the autopilot to work in this thing. Does it have one? It's got one.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Why won't it turn on? Well, it doesn't seem like it has the autopilot functioning today. It won't turn on. Radio's on.
So many people talking on your radio. Dad, didn't you have a friend who worked as an ATC in the area back in the day? Oh wait, I remember now. He used to visit us often with his family. What a job!
Oh, you mean that special uncle? Uh-huh. Oh, I've turned the wrong way.
to remind myself to close my mouth.
Okay. I love these little rolling hills. Being from Colorado here and thinking about sledding in the wintertime, oh, these would be so perfect. Woohoo! So it seems like this giant valley that stretches out ahead of us, not the one right below us, but looking forward a couple of miles, it seems that's where the fossil bed area is. I just saw an advertisement looking at for ORBIX from ORBIX this morning. Saying they're releasing
It really is a whole new world.
that ORBIX. Oh, yes, not. This isn't it. We still have quite a ways to go. My distance judging on this map is way off. So probably another 10 miles ahead of us, maybe. I imagine there's some here too. ORBIX has released a tower and power lines. So right now, as I'm flying over these towers, we only see the towers. We don't see the lines. But I guess they've got it all worked out, where they've got all the proper towers in their proper place, and I guess they now include the wires themselves. So adding in another layer of obstacle. I'm a little bit sad that that's not something that is in Microsoft Flight Simulator right off the bat. It's supposed to be the world's first visual flight rules simulator, and all the things that you need to be aware of for visual flight rules, sometimes they're not there. All the obstacles, and I guess they're working on that now, trying to make sure that at every airport, all the proper obstacles that are reported at that airport are in place.
When we took off, I thought there should have been a drum roll or something.
But as far as antenna, in Colorado Springs, we have Cheyenne Mountain. They've got a whole array, pardon me, a whole array of antenna up on the mountain, and that's not currently in the simulator either. And I'm going to probably end up having to buy another add-on, which will put the darn antenna in. It just isn't my territory, my neighborhood, my city without some of these things. That's my excuse to spend some money, I suppose. Oh, let me turn this way a little bit. All right, not too far now. So right on all these fossils and dinosaurs, they put all these towers around it. It says it's just right up ahead, probably a couple more miles. All I keep thinking about is how much fun it would be to be a little kid running around here. This is ideal terrain to, you know, I mean, you've still got some trees and in some areas you got some water, but a lot of fun running around here. This would be. Be great if you had horses. That's for sure. I don't know if these structures are related to this site in some way. But we're basically just about here. What? Too much milk or something today. Ugh. Uh-oh. Our engine just died. So I use my superpower. And an engine failure was not in our list, so something's toggled somewhere. And that's fine. It's still having how to react to it. Okay, so what I did when the engine died, instead of freaking out, I did a quick repair. So just scanning over whatever I'm role playing, I just, you know, and I hit a Control R, and that repairs and repairs any damage and refuels the plane. And then I did a Control E, which is what you should do anyway on an engine out. Try to start the engine again. So, properly responding. I think our chances, if we had to put it down, are fantastic in this area. Doesn't freak me out at all. Okay, I think we're here now. We've entered the zone. Okay, so this whole area right out in front of us, let me go a little bit further forward. But yeah, it's all of this area. We're definitely in the boundaries shown by Bushtalk. I'll show you that here in a moment. Here we go.
Hagerman Fossil Beds National Monument near Hagerman, Idaho, contains the largest concentration of Hagerman horse fossils in North America. The fossil horses for which the monument is famous have been found in only one locale in the northern portion of the monument called the Hagerman Horse Quarry. The 4,351-acre monument is internationally significant because it protects the world's richest known fossil deposits from the late Pliocene epoch, 3.5 million years ago. These plants and animals represent the last glimpse of that time that existed before the Ice Age, and the earliest appearances of modern flora and fauna. This is also significant because the fossils present during this period of the Pliocene represent species which were alive during the early stages in the evolution of man, albeit on a different continent. The fossil beds were designated a National Natural Landmark in 1975.
All right, and right in front of us is the town of Hagerman. That's it right over there. And we don't have a point of interest in Bushtalk for it, but it does say Hagerman is a city in Gooding County, Idaho, United States. The population 872 only at the 2010 census, up from 656 in 2000. The area is noted for its fossil beds and the Thousand Springs of the Eastern Snake Plain Aquifer. Hagerman is home to a national fish hatchery, a university research station, and extensive aquaculture, assisted by an abundance of geothermal water for temperature regulation. Okay, yeah, I think I saw that science facility out here. Double check. We're getting pretty far away from our destination, though. Oh, we're not that far, I suppose. Heritage Center for the Arts and Science. Oh, for Arts and Science. IB PERRIN Bridge. 4-lane truss arch span in the western United States. All right. Let's go check that out. And then what's beyond that? Shoshone Falls, a waterfall on the Snake River. I don't know. Sometimes the waterfalls aren't all that yet. Niagara Falls is a big disappointment currently. George Epperson House. I'd have to be really low for that. A tank house. Water tank house. Yeah, those are going to be tough to see. Anyway, we'll go see if we can see the bridge. So we need to turn south to about 120 degrees. So I was wrong. Hagerman is that way. No, Twin Falls is that way. That's where this stuff is at. Hagerman's up. Oh, I don't know. That sure is cool looking. I wouldn't mind having a house right down there, right on that body of water. Any of these bodies of water over here, far out. Don't freeze. Come on now. Come on. Don't crash. We haven't had any crashes in a while, or freezes. This is very surprising. Wow. Well, I might just put an end to this live stream. We have reached the top of the next hour, so... Yeah, I do believe we are... Oh, it unfroze. All right, we'll keep going. I love all that down there. That's adventurous looking stuff. I wonder what that was all about. I know they're doing a maintenance today, but it doesn't affect anything that we're doing. But it could, you know, pauses like that, I suppose, could still be related in some way. So darn green. I need to put some more dead zone in my controls. She's feather touchy today. Oh, we didn't roll to see if we found a dinosaur bone, some horse bones while we were visiting. And then I wanted to roll a really, really outrageous roll to see if we, like, encountered a horse dinosaur. I mean, like, a living one. Okay, so just a horse. All right, so I'm going to make it a difficulty class 13. So we have to roll over a 13 to have found some dinosaur bones while we were there at that place. I need a D20. Nope. We did not. Now, I want to roll for the encounter. Like, did we actually run into a horse? But this is going to be like a Jurassic horse while we were there. And we need, this is like a difficulty class 17. So we have to roll over a 17 to have this encounter. An 8. Nope. So for all of our wishing and wanting to run into a Paleolithic horse or find a bone, just ain't happening today. Yesterday was fun. We had 2 competitions with the local Salt Lake teams. The first one was an imagined padded weapons competition between me, you, and our friends and their local padded weapons tournament players, and we rolled a critical. We trounced them. Then we played the college football team in a game of football against them and us and our friends, putting together our dream football team, and we managed to squeak out a win there too. So 2 good things yesterday. None of the failures worked against us yesterday. We rolled multiple times and saw some real nice things. Not only did we see the Great Salt Lake, this little island out there in the Great Salt Lake called Antelope Island, and it's full of all kinds of wildlife. And there was a historic moment there, again, like starving white people, and like the Indians are like, dude, right over there on that little island right there, there's some antelope. Did you stop being so pathetic and go kill an antelope? Something like that. So we're looking for the bridge. I think it's going to be way out there still. This is a lovely area. Again, it'd be great to live right on the water. But I've never lived right on the water, so I don't know. Maybe it could suck. Especially when it gets really cold like that. But I mean, you live on a golf course, you live right on the water. This is so posh. Got your Walmart just across the way there. Probably some groovy places to eat. You know there's a good place to get coffee. Look at their parking lots, or unless that's solar panels. If that's parking lots, you people are very rich. Look at how black their blacktop is. There's the Shoshone Falls, I would imagine. No, not yet, but that's cool. It's actually, that doesn't look bad. Oh, we're paused too much for it to see the water flow now. Aren't you giving me the right view? There we go. So keep an eye on that as we pass over. Guess we don't see the rapids. It's cool though. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know it's a flight simulator and this may seem silly, but I really wish they would add in fishing. If Microsoft would buy one of those world fishing games, as well as golf, and add those into the simulator, or, you know, optional. If you buy them, then they'll work with it. So you could, wherever you land, if there's a body of water, you can drop a fishing pole. But they try to make sure that all the animals are correct. So getting all the, you know, the fish right in the right area, that'd be great. And same with the golf courses. All the golf courses are visualized in the simulator. It'd be great to go play solo or as a group. So I'm not going to make us go through the return flight. So once we get to Shoshone Falls and the bridge, we'll, up in the corner, he says, hold the space bar to skip to the landing. We will do that. Far out terrain though, loving it, loving it, loving it. The only bad thing is if we do have like a severe change in weather in the opposite direction, where things become really wet again. You know, living down in there. That's a posh residence right there. At our 3 o'clock. Somebody is rich. Alright, should just be... Let me zoom in a little bit more on my Bushtalk map, but should be just up ahead here. probably around that bend. Now I'm hearing Creedence Clearwater in my head. Better get while the getting's good. Okay, this area that we're entering right now is called Auger Falls. A-U-G-E-R, Auger Falls. We're in Jerome County, Idaho. Here's our bridge. Another lovely golf course.
The I.B. PERRIN Bridge is 4-lane truss arch span in the western United States. Located at Twin Falls, Idaho, it carries U.S. Highway 93 over the Snake River Canyon, connecting to Jerome County and Interstate 84. The PERRIN Bridge is approximately 1,500 feet in total length, with a main span of 993 feet and a deck height of 486 feet above the Snake River. It is the 8th highest bridge in the United States. The elevation above sea level for the bridge deck is approximately 3,600 feet. The bridge is named for I.B. PERRIN, who spearheaded the early 20th century irrigation project in the Magic Valley region and is credited as the main founder of Twin Falls. A statue of PERRIN is at the visitor center at the south end of the bridge.
I don't know. Bridges freak me out. Yeah, I'm supposed to trust that. One good earthquake around here. We played Jenga, come on. You wouldn't even create a suspension over that thing in case they're really confident they're not going to have any earthquakes around here. If they do, again, that's just a game of Jenga. Hell no, no. You're going to have to be the one that drives us across that. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to close my eyes. You drive. Ugh. Okay, now in Shoshone Falls. Okay, it says it's just a little bit further. Ugh. So we'll see if it's up ahead, if we can actually see it. Wrong view, wrong view.
Hey,
Whoa. Sorry, Taylor. And Taylor Dad. Ugh. Again, not all the waterfalls. I mean, that's the least of their concern at the moment, that making sure all waterfalls are right, but I can see kind of what's going on.
Falls is a waterfall on the Snake River in southern Idaho, United States, approximately 3 miles northeast of the city of Twin Falls. Sometimes called the Niagara of the West, Shoshone Falls is 212 feet high, 45 feet higher than Niagara Falls, and flows over a rim nearly 1,000 feet wide. Formed by the cataclysmic outburst flooding of Lake Bonneville during the Pleistocene Ice Age about 14,000 years ago, Shoshone Falls marks the historical upper limit of fish migration in the Snake River, and was an important fishing and trading place for Native Americans.
Crazy, I love it.
Falls were documented by Europeans as early as the 1840s. Despite the isolated location, it became a tourist attraction starting in the 1860s. At the beginning of the 20th century, part of the Snake River was diverted for irrigation of the Magic Valley. Now,
The Magic Valley.
can be viewed seasonally based on snowfall, irrigation needs and hydroelectric demands. Irrigation and hydroelectric power stations
Nice.
built on the falls were major contributors to the early economic development of southern Idaho. The city of Twin Falls owns and operates a park overlooking the waterfall. Shoshone Falls is best viewed in the spring, as diversion of the Snake River can significantly diminish water levels in the late summer and fall. The flow over the falls ranges from more than 20,000 cubic feet per second during late spring of wet years, to a minimum scenic flow of 300 cubic feet per second in dry years.
All right. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Okay. We will try not to kill us as I go back. And
Back to the airport already, guys?
yep.
So, Taylor, you want to fly again?
the flight went so well. Great thrills, insane panorama over Glenn's Ferry. Let's go again.
Quite an experience.
It won't put me back into my cockpit. There we go. All right. So now Taildraggers and I, again, I'm trying to be friends. I'm trying to learn how to be better at flying these things. They were, mostly phased out. I mean, people still make them, people that want the tail dragging experience, but they're phased out because inherently they're unsafe. Operating them, trying to take off and trying to land these things, you are literally rolling death dice until you become an expert. And so I put our chances at a decent landing at about 30%. And that's about it. If I do better than that, then chalk it up as a win, a little bit more experience, but it's usually not pretty. Hey, for tomorrow, I don't have any suggestions or know what I really want to do yet for tomorrow. Friday, we're starting an hour early for the community fly-in, so don't forget that. But if you have any suggestions of where you'd want me to fly tomorrow or anything that you want to do, maybe you have some time, maybe you want to do some group flying, 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, then please let me know right away. And I will try to figure something out to accommodate. All right, let me start putting some flaps in.
Kilo Golf Lima, November traffic, Kin Sierra Tango Whiskey 1-2 is on final runway, 26 to land.
Shaky, but I'm totally excited right now.
Yeah, it gives me wood too, Taylor. Again, I do not want to apply the brakes till we are slow. Oh, even then. Oh, you son of a gun.
Already, guys?
I'll be darned. We were totally slow.
Flight went so well.
Oh my god, then it's making us come in for a landing this high?
Let's go again.
Quite an experience. I recommend it.
That's stupid. So finally get the thing landed just right and slowing to a stop, and I thought for sure we were under proper taxi speed, and nope. Nope, 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 nope. Of course not. Microsoft, so well, you've got to do something about the brakes. Now it's just throwing everything at Canada's now. That doesn't make sense. We were authorized to let... Hey, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Who cares? They have not finished working out career mode. Again, another reason why it was a botched a botched launch. And whoever's idea it was at Microsoft to have them release this so early that it's just not complete at all. Career mode is not complete. Nothing is complete. It was just a horrible, horrible, horrible decision. So as we go forward, though, we can hopefully expect them to work it all out. I'm hearing good things about Beta 2. I'm afraid to tap the brakes now. Yeah.
Every time I see a local smile, I think we're doing something pretty great. Big up Pilot.
Yeah.
Really made an impression on them.
Well, it is what it is. Yeah, I barely saw that thing even move. At least they didn't go and take some reputation away. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. Another one in the books. So, again, I don't know what I want to do tomorrow. Any suggestions? Let me know. I'll figure something out. But now I've got to go back and create chapters for this episode and the last episode. Oh, okay. That was fun. And we learned something about Glenn's Ferry and the little bit about Idaho and the bridge, the Jenga Bridge, Shoshone Falls, and Paleolithic horses, and good day overall. All right, same time tomorrow, 1 p.m. And again, on Friday is the fly-in, and those are always at noon. Hey, you're the best. Thank you.